Hey up peeps, welcome back to Old Yorkshire Git Tries. Final Fantasy 14 part, I think it might be 168, could be 169, it could be, I don't know, 169 possibly, I don't know, anyway, it's bloody not working, there we go, thank you, game. Anyway, how are we all keeping? We alright? So we're back in somewhere, aren't we? I can't remember. I've been asleep since the last played it. I can't really remember. I've not used this road before. I recognise this place. The House of the Fear should lie somewhere to the south. I will go on ahead and inform the sentries of our master's return. Right. Yeah, House of the Fierce, that's right. We've just come through that tunnel. Oh, Zandiro, bearer of the torch. You're right, Cocker. Right. Speak with Hyan. Where's he then? Let's have a look. Is he near a Dewberry? Ethernet thing. Oh, not too far away. Right, so I need to go back to the Reach, don't I? Was it Garabania? Castromorins. I think that's the one, isn't it? And go and see that Materia guy. Might as well do that all while we're here. No, this is not the place I was thinking of. Is it? The Peering Stones unattuned. That's where I was wanting to go. Ralga's Reach. I said the Reach yesterday, didn't I? That's better. Right, where is he? Where are you, Cocker? Here he is, Materia Melder. Materia melding. Inventory. Now, here we go. Equipped. Surge hat of aiming. So we've got a critical hit 4. Well, we're going to have critical hit, determination, direct hit rates. That's what we want, isn't it? Maybe a bit of skill speed, so we'll have +6 is the most I've got. So we'll have one of him. And what was the other one? Direct hit rate. Why did that last direct hit rate not work? Boots of aiming. okay. What about that one then? Pick something else then. What about skill speed? Nomad's coat of aiming. No. Come to directory, right? Pine composite bow. Wonder why some can and some can't. Some of that then. Have a look at me get up. Right, trigger, character. So we're all set up. Don't go under that autumn secret or not. Won't harm, will it? So I need to go back to click on that. Yes. Oh, cheers, peeps. Got me brewed today. A bit later than I would have liked to have started doing this, but didn't have no choice. Been trying to get a plumber. Oh, hey, what's he got? Hidden truth. Ooh, he's in need of a soldier. Yeah, we'll do that one. Moment, if you would. The license has been fit to charge the Twin Adder with overseeing the occupation of Castian Orims for the interim. As an adventurer, I realise you're wont to offend matters both great and small. Waffle waffle, I would ask your aid in reconnaissance mission here in the fringes. Pray speak with Lieutenant Volko. Right. And we shall also speak to Samson. Samson and Delicious. Oh, Duncan Norvell again. Is he playing up? We've continued our surveillance of Norvell's activities. It's beyond a shadow of doubt that he has an ulterior motive. In order to find the tome, it's past time we took our search to the field, but always he finds an excuse. Whenever I suggest investigating the ruin or that, he will inevitably claim we haven't enough information. It is plain he doesn't want us out there. Nay, bastard wants all that outside goodness for himself, but try as we might, we haven't been able to find out where he sneaks off to. Warier than a bird, that one. Meanwhile, the masked bandits continue ambushing Alliance patrols and they always know exactly where and when to strike. It's as though they have insider knowledge of patrol routes. The only explanation being there's a mole in the garrison leaking them intelligence. And who could that mole be? Be saved for Norvell. We know little and less of Norvell's plot, but it can only lead to ill. We must need bring it to light. To that end, Guy Delot and I have been keeping Norvell close, allowing him no chance to act. By now he'll be positively itching to rendezvous with his accomplices. He's going to have a rendezvous. Fair enough. And this is where you come in. We need you to feed Norvell some false info that I am in an alliance meeting and Guy Delot a drunken stupor. Our man will not pass up the chance to sneak out. Right, okay. Oh god, they're off again. Okay, go to North. Well, yeah, alright. Have you finished? I like his nice tip there. Bit small. I liked his big cowboy hat. No, but nothing beats his goggles. Right. And what's... Demai has deceived me. It's Rusty Nuts, the Griffin's Bane himself. Yes, the great hero who defeated the Griffin atop Baelsar's wall, bringing his plans to conquest. I can think of no other title that so aptly befits his power. Blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. Serpent Marshal Brookstone has requested you assist in my investigation. This is such an honour. I'll do my best not to disappoint. Oh, of course, this was the quest I had to do. I thought it was a new one. Military records at your service. I cannot offer much in way of combat, but if you should have any inquiries, just ask. Let me apprise you of our current situation. Shortly after taking control, we discovered a number of confidential documents, prison records dating back to the beginning of Alamigo's occupation. As you might have guessed, a great many were conscripted and sent away to subjugate new territories. A surprisingly large number were executed. What we weren't expecting, however, was a number of prisoners listed simply as whereabouts unknown. We thought perhaps they met some ill fate or even escaped, but we could find no other documents to back it up. Being the living and deceased, it's now our duty to find them, not just for our own records, mind you, but their loved ones as well. They deserve the peace of mind. Would that this were a recent incident, though, no easy task. Going over 20 years, I believe I know where we might begin our investigation. The Ananta have called these lands home long before even the Alamegans came. As luck would have it, the resistance had established cordial relations. Perhaps they remember something. Okay. Speak with an Ananta battle maid. Here's Norvell. Both of them unavailable, and there I was ready to strike out on the trail of a promising lead. Disappointing though it is, the search will have to wait. Now, if you will excuse me, I have some business to attend to. Johnny Sampson outside Castrum Oriens. Yeah. It worked, my friend. Norvell rushed out of the castrum not a moment ago. He was headed east towards a ruin called Ger Kehim. Guy Delot trails him in a suite. Come, let's join the chase. And they've left me. So where are we going for this one then? Gone. Right, it's time to get on the dragon. this way then. Do, 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 do. Whoa. Piss off. Just don't get too close to the crocodile. Oh. Do, 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 do. I think I'm going the right way. Is this it? Oh shit. Right, looks like we've got battling to do. Don't care as long as I get me goodies. It's a good old-fashioned tryst. Let's have us a peek, shall we? We have it, my lord. Turned up among his retainers' possessions. My lord. At long last, Gilbard's journal, and not a moment too soon, I just about outstayed my welcome at the garrison. When that adventurer caught us falling upon the patrol, I'd feared that the game was up. But thankfully the other two were blind fools all this time watching me, and they didn't see a thing. He. We've only skimmed the tome, but it seems you were right about what happened to Lord Vainchalon. Ah, lovely. Was there any doubt? Once we return to Gridania and make this knowledge public, none shall harbour so much as a shred of sympathy for Ala Mhigo. That shall pave the way for us to propagate Lord Vainchalon's will and advance our agenda. Right. At last we've uncovered Noval's purpose, and the tomb is right before our eyes, no less. Commander Hulu spoke of a faction that vehemently opposes our aid in Ala Mhigo. I dare say we found them. But how did Novel come to lead such a crew, and what is this talk of Vainchalon? Oh, I do beg your pardon. What the Gridania general sung about in nigh 100 songs, who led our forces against Gilbard, only to die of an illness before the fighting was over. Aye, the very same. Having lost his leadership, we would have lost the war entirely had the other nations not come to our aid. Don't know about the rest of you. It seems to me our damning little secret pertains to Vainchalon. And Novel seeks to use it to stoke the fires of anti-Ala Mhigan sentiment to some sinister end. This cannot be borne. We cannot let them have the journal. Are you with me? Right, I've just realised my picture's small. I didn't enlarge it again, did I? Never mind. No matter, you'll not stand in my way. Oops. Tough one. There's another one there somewhere. losing his hours. Better help him. Selecting. Not selecting for some. I couldn't select him. That was wrong then. Right. Proceed. Right. Take out all the side ones first. Skip the cutscene. Got it. Weren't so easy though. Perhaps you are not such blind fools after all. Very well, take your journal. Take it, read it. Know the vile crime that Ala Mhigan's committed against Lord Venturelon, against his own blood. See the folly of... What do you mean, your own blood? He's a Veshalon then. Did I mishear? Did he just say that Veshalon was his ancestor? Yeah. Aye, that's what it sounded like. Veshalon, the folk hero, loved by all, celebrated in countless songs, and that pain in the rears his descendant. Never would have guessed any road. We got bigger concerns. Let's see what this musty old tomb's hiding. To Veshalon I extended an invitation to negotiate peace. The meeting must be in secret, I explained, for not all my officers share my view. My opponent accepted and arrived at the appointed hour. Peace. Everybody knows there weren't no peace on offer. The hell's this about? Wait, it continues. Without suspicion he took his seat, and without suspicion he drank the poisoned wine. The effect was swift and sure, and within moments the man lay dead at my feet. Veshalon was murdered by poison. To this day Lord Veshalon remains an object of worship among many Gridanians. Were they to learn of this, the present grumblings against Alamegan liberation are liable to grow into large-scale protests. There is no denying that some Alamegans did some terrible things in the past, but what Norvell's trying to do ain't no better. Might be as he's after the truth, but nothing good'll come of this, and certainly not any decent songs. The truth, tell me, Guidelot, when we surrender this journal to our superiors, what do you think they would do with the knowledge? The seed seers aside, I reckon the brass hats at the Adder's Nest would want to cover it up, bury it nice and deep, and pretend it never existed. Aye, nor would I put it past them to exploit the knowledge to gain leverage in dealings with Alamigo. Whatever they may do is none of our concern, is it? Duty compels us to hand the journal over to headquarters. Or burn it. Excuse me. You're the leader of our merry band, Sanson, and duty compels me to obey your orders. Shite though they often are, you decide whether we hand over the journal or not. Excuse me. COVID. Guidelot would entrust this decision to me. What of you, Albert? Burn it. We should all decide. Oh dear. You should decide. Pass the book. That would only be proper as the leader. Mine is the burden of decision. At any rate, this ain't place for moral dilemmas. Let's get ourselves back to the castrum before Norval and his mates decide they want to have another go. Right. Where's me goodies? Guidelot has disappeared somewhere in the castrum, giving me room to ponder matters I shouldn't doubt. I've since read, though, Gilbert's journal, and I'm afraid there is no two ways about it. He summoned Veshalon under the pretence of peace, then slew him with poison. However, one mystery remains. It appears one of Veshalon's sons was present at the meeting. Landronel was his name, and he narrowly escaped. But instead of crying murder, he'd announced that his sire had died of illness. Here is a man who witnessed his own flesh and blood slain, and in the most underhand manner, yet he concealed the truth. Why did he do this, I do not understand, but it avails us naught to agonise over motives of those who lived in the past. Nay, our quandary concerns the future. For the future of both nations, the truth is best kept buried. No good can come of digging it up. 'Tis crystal clear what must be done. And yet, though my mind sees logic, my heart rebels against the idea. Forgive me, Albert. It seems I require more time. Great. Right, so I don't know what I got out of that. What is it? Action and traits, isn't it? Nature's Mini. Again, no idea what it does. I don't know where I'm going to put it. There. Nature's Min. Right. Speak with Ananta the battle maid. Here she is. Where is she? Let's get this ether right. Oh, she is. Hey, Snake Woman. Alamegan prisons captured 20 years ago. I remember when the Garleans gained their foothold here, they interned any and everyone. Striders and Nantu, it mattered not. Most were forced to serve, dispatched to other lands from which they would never return. If I'm not mistaken, the prisoners who remained were taken to a small village to the south. How can I say what transpired, but the settlement was heavily guarded. I feared the worst, a settlement to the south. Why, that would have to be Bittermill. I recall records of its residents seeking asylum. This place was all but razed. Let's begin our sights there, perhaps something valuable in the rubble. Okay, Tala, looks like I'm going to follow you. Where's she gone? To the south. Right down there. Okay. Out my way, Mr. Tree. Have they not learnt anything yet? Thought I saw something floating in the air there. What are the Garleans doing here? They cannot be allowed to leave. Get them. Goodness, that's smart. That'll leave a stain. I should have devoted more time to combat training. No amounts of training would make me a match for the renowned Griffin Spain. That was a magnificent display. Soldiers were certainly the last thing I expected to find. I managed to catch them unawares, but I'm quite certain this investigation would have ended poorly had you not arrived. Still, I find this quite curious. By all rights, the Garleans should be busy contending with the resistance to waste time in a place like this. What were they doing here? I'm afraid our search for answers has only raised more questions. If we are to make sense of any of this, we must search this place from top to bottom. After my heart returns to me chest. Complete. And while we're at it then, I've still got a few to get there, haven't we? Loads to get there. Sorry to keep you waiting. Battlefield is no place for bookworm. The gods of Carnvel and Kai are no further distractions. Search bit of mill for clues. Anything around here? So that tree's sort of the edge that way. Nothing down Big Water's edge here. What's that? A mossling. Oh. I just come from up there. Cloying stench of rotting debris fills your nostrils. Unable to discern where it's coming from. Footprints. Upon close inspection, you see footprints. Some of them appear to be fresh. Nothing else around here. Get around there? Oh, right, okay. We can go round. But it looks like there's nothing else up here. Well, we've been down there. Come on, where are you? Up there. Right. How are we doing on time? Oh, not too bad. Much too clean to have been abandoned for 20 years. Waiting. Albert, thank goodness. I found someone while inspecting the house. He seems unwell. Unwell. No, definitely not. Certainly not. Yes, we're quite fine, but what of you? A little girl dressed in strange clothes? Quite strange. You have some nerve, regardless of our luck. I am a ranking officer of the Order of the Twin Adder. Thank you very much. Now, who are you and what business do you have here? Who? Yes. An excellent question. You are you, but who are we? We'd like to know very much. You don't remember. Well, is there anything you can remember? Something about this place, something familiar, quite familiar. What's going on here? Is he a ghost? Albert, this is only a hunch, mind you, but I suspect he is not from this place. Considering he's Elezen, he's like a Gridanian escaped from the Garleans, or perhaps... Could he be one of the missing prisoners? It would certainly explain the Garlean soldiers from before. We need to take him back for questioning. Excuse me, sir, but would you be willing to come back with us? At the very least, it would be more comfortable than those dilapidated houses, and we may be able to help you recover your memory. Yes, we would like them very much. All right then, let's return to Castrum Oriens. My browbeaten commander will likely wish to meet you. I suppose it can't be helped. Oh, sorry about that. Banged the mic. And again. Speak with Brookstone. Fast travel. Possibly one of the missing prisoners, you say? I expected such wild claims, but if you would corroborate a report, perhaps this warrants investigation. Until further notice, he shall stay under the protection of the Eorzean Alliance. Sir, with all due respect, you cannot just... Lieutenant Molko, get this man a hot meal and a warm bed. When he's had a bit of a rest, see what he knows of Bittermill and the Garleans. It should not be long before we reach a resolution to all this. You're free to wait here until she finishes questioning. It's no... Oh, he's purple still, which means it's seeking answers. Imagine Lieutenant Molko has finished questioning. Go and see what she's learned. I'll just finish with the questioning. He can't recall anything. The only thing he's certain of is that he escaped from Garlean captivity. I'm beginning to believe he really is one of the missing prisoners. Where does Buttermill fit into all this? I fear we've reached an impasse. It's not as if we can ask the Garleans what they were doing there, or perhaps we can. The soldier who escaped earlier must know something. He has to be taken into custody. Come, Albert, we must speak with Serpent Marshal Brookstone about assembling a party. You wish to capture the soldier you encountered. Well, you should know I've already dispatched a reconnaissance team. I thought it prudent. Therein lies the rub. We lack the manpower to survey the area. There's no need for that. Albert and I will go. And we're going back down again, are we? I guess. Oh no, different now. Owen's stash. Okay. So we're down and to the right this time. Go away. Turn around and go back. Has he gone? I'm not a coward, I just can't be bothered to fight. On your guard, Albert. Got a bad feeling about this place. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Grown. We found him, Albert. We really found him. What are you? These wounds. He's not treated soon. He won't be telling anyone anything. He's like to bleed out if left unattended. Go and tell Serpent Marshal Buxton we found him before he can be moved. He needs attention. Oh, you've got to be joshing me. Oh well, passes the time. There he is. My men have searched high and low. There is no sign of this runaway soldier. We found him at Owen's stash. Say no more. Attention. Subject being found. Severely wounded. Needs medical attention. Excellent work. Now we can finally get to the bottom of this buttermill quest. Why did I take one of my meals? Because I've done about 4 quests, haven't I? I've got loads of shitting points. Honest truth. By all rights, my men should be back. Go and see if you can find the lieutenant. I want to know what those dogs were up to. Albert, I'm happy to report we managed to bring him back safely, not a minute too soon. I plan to speak with him shortly, but the healers won't permit anyone to see him till he's settled and the bleeding stopped. I imagine we won't have to wait long. Right, waiting. I'm only doing this because I want to find out what's going on. Then we can go back to Maine. It seems he's finally fit to speak. I don't expect you to be grateful, but I'd like to remind you, you likely wouldn't be standing here if we hadn't found you in that cave. Now start talking. What were you doing there at Bittermill? But I keep saying Buttermill, but it's Bittermill. We were looking for someone, an escapee from one of our facilities. He'd lost his memory and was otherwise mentally unstable, so we knew he couldn't have gone far. I believe the man you're speaking of is already in our custody. We found him seeking shelter. He claims you captured him, though he cannot recall where. So he returned to Bittermill after all. I guess the past came back to haunt him, even if he can't remember it. Listen, my superiors are not likely to show you any leniency. If you tell me everything you know, I will do all within my power to see your life is spared. Do we have a deal? Miss, I may be dressed in their uniform, but you'd be mistaken to believe I owe the Garleans any allegiance. I will gladly tell you. 20 years ago, a group of prisoners was relocated to Bittermill to assist in the Garleans' more unorthodox experiments. They wanted to create a new chemical weapon, one that would leave buildings untouched while killing any and everyone it came into contact with. Black Rose, I believed it was called. That's horrible. Their intention was to drive back Eosian forces without wasting any of their own. Of course, they wouldn't know if it really worked without willing volunteers, and what better place than a village long since abandoned. Not a single prisoner survived, their tests proving a resounding success. It was only a matter of time before Black Rose could be deployed, or so they thought. To the surprise of many, the project was shut down before Black Rose could ever be used. The order came from the legatus of the 14th, and interim leader of the Alamegan province, Gaius van Belsar. The Black Wolf would not allow the senseless murdering of Eosia's people. He saw them as future subjects, not savages. Everything was to be destroyed, but the man behind the project would not see his work wasted and ran off with the last remaining samples. Guess that's what I'm going to be hunting. He was promptly apprehended, but he'd already hidden away his work. They used every heinous tool at their disposal to make him talk, yet he would not, or rather could not, tell them where he hid it. The doctor had already gone mad and couldn't remember a thing. I can only assume one of his experiments went wrong and ruined his mind. Then that means the man we found earlier, aye, that's him. Gorilla Maze, that's him, Gorilla Maze, former head of the research for the 14th. Ah, got a Dr. Mengele. I can't believe the incoherent mess of a man was a scientist. I think we've heard enough. Thank you for your cooperation. What do you think, Albert? Part of me wants to believe it isn't true, but I see no reason why he'd lie. If the entirety of Bittermill was used for experiments, it would be no easy feat to do away with the evidence. No, there would have to be some lingering traces. If they couldn't dispose of it, their only option was to bury it. We have to go back to Bittermill. Fucking hell. And guess where we're going again? I reckon. Yeah, Bittermill. Get on the old dragon. Oh, piss off. Let's split it up. There has to be something round here. Right, don't see nothing there. Anything round the back? and soil. Your digging reveals a small metal container, though you probably shouldn't touch it. Want to know what you found? Where is she? Found something. Could it be the missing sample? He was telling the truth after all. There's no time to be sentimental nor hasty. Any mishaps in handling that container could prove disastrous. Let's report back to Serpent Marshal. Serpent Marshal bookstore. Dum-de-dum-dum. We've discovered the identity of the man who thought to be one of the missing prisoners. He is Gorilla Mays, the former chief of research for the 14th, who oversaw the manufacturing of the chemical weapon known as Black Rose. After a thorough search of Bittermill, we've discovered what we believe to be a sample of his weapon. We'd like to request assistance in retrieving it. Need you to get out there and retrieve it immediately. As for the missing prisoners, they were used as test subjects for Black Rose. There were no survivors. I don't believe we should allow the risk of such a weapon falling into the wrong hands. Agreed. After the weapon has been safely moved to a secure location, we shall see to its disposal. As for Gorilla Mays, his fate resides with the Council. Considering the weight of his crimes, his punishment will be quite severe. I almost pity the man, but memories or no, his crimes cannot be excused. You've done well today, and I'm sure you're both quite tired. Go rest, you've earned it. Actually, I think I'll be heading back to Gridani to write up the report. I wish I could accompany you a while longer, but I'm sure the great Griffin's Bane is needed elsewhere. Thank you again for all your help. Look forward to adding your feats of daring to our record someday. And we have the Ring of Healing, Ring of Casting, complete. Right. Nope, not interested. I just want Aetheryte ones. Okay, so next time we're going to be speaking with Hyen back in Othard. So we should. Oh, I'm not there. I haven't attuned myself to that one. So how do I get there? Narmia. Then I'm going to have to swim across. Right, I might as well travel there. And we'll call it a day. Shall get it edited and put onto YouTube. Right. So, as always, thanks for your views. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the like button if you hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you wish. But anyway, till next time, folks, I'll see you.